Mirror-like wisdom is a state of clarity in which we see the world in the same way that things appear in a clean mirror. Our mind can be compared with the way that mirror or calm lake look at everything that is reflected upon it, without judgment, projection. It simply reflects. A mirror doesn't have a separate identity within that analyzes, judges, or projects anything upon what is being reflected on it. So when our mind is like that, this is the realization of mirror-like wisdom. The transformation of anger into mirror-like wisdom is the realization of Buddha Aksobhya, which is blue in color, and his mind is like a diamond. So when we feel anger, remember there is a wisdom related to anger. Remember, mirror-like wisdom. You can visualize a calm lake and visualize the lake, and that somehow we allow that anger to be channeled into this wisdom, and it just absorbs it into the wisdom. So there is something we can do when we feel angry. But the first thing that we have to do is to realize we are angry. Oh, and this is a poison. Oh, but this is also a wisdom. Oh, this is mirror-like wisdom. Oh, I'd rather be like the lake that is spreading poison and causing harm. There is a legend that says that in a previous life, Aksobhya Buddha was a monk who vowed never to feel anger or disgust at another being. He was immovable in keeping this vow, eventually becoming a Buddha. The second poison is pride and arrogance. Pride and arrogance are poisons that emanate from a state of ignorance. Pride and arrogance consist in believing that we are a separate self which is better or superior than others, spiritually or materially speaking. Transformation of the poison of pride into the wisdom of equanimity is the realization of the Buddha Ratnasambhava. A mind that has realized this wisdom does not separate pure and impure, good and bad, I and others. Rather, it experiences all things in equanimity, without judgment. The transformation of pride and arrogance into the wisdom of equanimity is the activity of the Buddha Ratnasambhava. He is gold or yellow in color. He is called the jewel-born one. He is the Buddha of giving, also known as the precious Buddha. As you can see also, like all the colors refer to the elements, like anger can transform into mirror-like wisdom, which is the element of water element. And anger belongs to the water element, to the defilement of the water element. While Buddha Ratnasambhava, which is the transformation of pride and arrogance into the wisdom of equanimity, is yellow in color, and that's the color of the earth. And instead of being pride and arrogant, we are generous. The third poison is attachment, and this is a big word. It's like anger, big, but attachment has so many ramifications, and sometimes it's more difficult to realize that this is a poison. Attachment causes much suffering by being quite distracting and keeping the mind restless and busy. Why? When one is attached to things, one is never satisfied and always craves for more and better things. One is continuously engaged in achieving and acquiring ego's desires and only experiences loss and dissatisfactions in one's life. The poison of ego attachments, based on a fundamental state of ignorance, include attachment to appearances, attachment to maintaining a particular image, attachment to desires, to sexual misconduct, lust, attachment to the way we want things to be rather than what they are. And some people say, you know, it's a very common Zen say, oh, I just take things as they are. But what about things as they are, and they are not as you think they are? Things as they are not what we think they are. And also include attachments to material things. And so it's different, you know, coming from a fundamental state of ignorance, of separation of I and others, that coming from a deep state of deep longing from the heart to realize wisdom, to transform the poisons, to help others. They don't come from this state of separation of I and others. It doesn't come from ignorance, so it's different. By understanding this emotion and by transforming it, the third wisdom shines forth. The transformation of attachment to discerning wisdom is the realization of the Buddha Amitabha. It is with this wisdom that one understands and has empathy with each and every living being. Discerning wisdom is the wisdom that clearly sees how to act in the world without going through the process of reasoning. We don't have to go through the process of reasoning anymore. We just know. We just know. We just see clearly. The Buddha Amitabha's nature is the absence of attachment, and his activity is magnetizing. With discerning wisdom, there is no attachment, and thus no dissatisfaction or craving for more and better things. This realization is so powerful that all things are naturally magnetized as one's own. Things come to us. This is the Dharmas advancing, the 1000 Dharmas advancing, coming to us. Because there is no attachment to desires. Things just come. There is no energy and force involved in a state of attachment. Amitabha Buddha is another celestial Buddha which emanates from the bliss body of Shakyamuni Buddha. Amitabha Buddha is the Buddha of unlimited light, and he is an antidote to attachment. His color is red. His color is red, and the element is fire. There is a legend that says that Amitabha Buddha was a king who renounced his kingdom to become a monk. This monk eventually became a Buddha. If that monk did it, so we can too.